What is up, everybody? It's that time. I can't believe it. It's that time of year. I'm really stoked to be back with you guys. I can't wait to be making these videos. So anyway, yeah, calm before the storm, you guys. It's November 19, 2019, Big Bear Lake, California. Right now it is 8:40 in the morning. Funny enough, I already went out and did this video at 5:30 in the morning, but it was too dark the whole time, and right as it just about published right now, I deleted it because I just didn't, I thought you guys might be pretty bored with it. So anyway, yeah, calm before the storm. I'm stoked. And we're using the new GoPro Hero 8 Black. Very excited about that. This is its first use, and it's got the extra stabilization on. It was pretty amazing earlier when I was trying the thing out. When I first got it, I did a short video and just shook the crap out of it. That'd be way gnarlier than on my motorcycle, and it hardly moved. Like, you could hardly tell. It was amazing. So hopefully these videos are great on the motorcycle also. But yeah, so November 19, 2019, we have a winter storm watch in effect for the Big Bear Lake and surrounding areas of the valley. I'm gonna check and see right now. It may have been upgraded. Let's see. Nope, still winter storm watch, but that's okay. We'll take it. Winter storm watch just means that the conditions are favorable to produce something fairly big. And when it's a winter storm warning, that means that it's imminent or occurring already. So that said, yeah, we got something good coming. I'm really excited. First snowstorm of the year. It's gonna start off as rain tonight, probably about, I don't know, 8:30, but we'll obviously get out there and do that. I already started the time-lapse video at home on the GoPro Hero 7 Black. And then, yeah. So, yeah, I can't believe we're doing a calm before the storm video. Unbelievable. I mean, I obviously wish that we would have been doing it earlier, but I'm just so glad that it's finally here. I wish it was like one of those huge storms coming in, though. I always get like butterflies in my stomach and just so overly excited. Anyway, we're gonna do a decent little drive around the valley, or around the lake, all right? So anyway, yeah. It is Tuesday the 19th. Hope everybody's been well. Me, I am absolutely on my ass tired. I haven't been to sleep. I get so excited about this type of weather, especially when it's the first one of the year. Yeah, I didn't sleep. I was just watching weather reports all night, and then I went out to do a calm before the storm video earlier, and unfortunately I decided to delete it. Like, literally, it was just about to publish, and it was like 38 minutes long, but it's all good. The snow play is open, by the way, you guys. Snow play, the one off of Division Road and Big Bear Boulevard. So come up and have some fun. And then, as you obviously know, it's going to be snowing. If you're planning on coming up, please, no matter how little snow we're supposed to get, be prepared. Bring chains, bring food, water, bring enough for a few days. Bring warm clothing, blankets and stuff, because you never know. If the storm just wallops us out of nowhere and you get stuck on the road, it could be dangerous. So just take as much precaution as you can and come up here and have a great time. So yeah, snow play, and I think the ski resort's open at the end of the month. So we'll see. We shall see. Let's see, what else? Also, for you adults out there, and I'm not going to talk about this too much because I know we have a bunch of kids that watch, but for you adults out there. When you come into town, if you want to help support this town, I know the best place to find the best medicinal cannabis that you can find anywhere around here. He's the absolute best, and I promise you, if you say that, you know, I referred you from this channel, you will get hooked up. You will get hooked. I say jump, he says how high. That's how much respect we have for each other, actually. If he asked me to do something, I would do it just like that too. So anyway, that's all I'll say about that. So instead of spending your money down the hill, why don't you guys spend it up here and get like really dankles and contribute to our economy, because that money just gets fed back into our local economy, and we could use it, you know, especially since it's been late with the snowfall. So any business we can get up here is just awesome. And anyway, that's it. His name's Mr. Nice Guy, by the way. So we're about to head into Fawn Skin, and I don't know if you guys are noticing, but these fall colors, some of them are just absolutely gorgeous. Just gorgeous. We really are spoiled to live up here. Just absolutely spoiled. All right. So with this winter storm watch, they're expecting in the valley here about 1 to 3 inches. Yet at some of the higher peaks, you know, 85 to 9,000 feet, obviously that's excluding San Gorgonio, I'm assuming, because they always get hammered their way up there. But the highest peaks locally, right here, they could get up to a foot. So let's hope for that, because we want to get this ski season going. Get you guys up here having a good time. Get you away from work. Come up here and just have a good time. Get the heck away. And yeah, even though we're having a late start and it doesn't look like we have much in the near future, like maybe another storm in the next 2 weeks after this, but I'm still thinking and just optimistic, and it's just strictly a guess, you know, but there's no science behind my guess, but it's just my theory that we're gonna get more snow this year than we may have the whole time I've lived here. This will be, I think, my 5th winter season, and the reason why I think we're going to get more snow, and I'm not saying more precipitation, but more snow. And the reason why is because I'm thinking that that's translating into it's going to translate into that because of the fact that we had a much cooler than average summer up here. So I'm just hoping that the temperatures stay down. And when we get some of the atmospheric river coming through, some of that subtropical moisture coming through from the Pineapple Express, hopefully we won't be raining, we'll actually be getting snow. And if that's the case, those are the storms that can bring us 3, 4, and 5 feet. And I'm really hoping that happens this year, because we do usually get the atmospheric river effect a few times a year. So hopefully this year our elevation won't be our hindrance again, because unfortunately, like, we're right at a level up here, you know, 6,700, 6,800 feet, just where it's like the rain and snow line lots of times. It's right there. If we were just like Mammoth's elevation, or if someone would build a town on the top of San Gorgonio, I would live up there. That'd be so awesome. They had snow year round, just so you guys know. They had some spots that still have snow from last year. Pretty amazing. And that's not out of the ordinary for San Gorgonio. I think it's like 11,500 feet up, but yeah, it has snow year round. Not completely covered, obviously, in like shady areas that don't get a lot of sunlight. But yeah. And look at the lake, look at how choppy it looks. I hope you guys can see it through this camera. I hope this camera is doing good for you guys. I was reading on this YouTube blog about why when I upload my videos, how come like I can't watch it in 4K right away? Like, it's got to be irritating for you guys also, because if I can't see it in 4K, then I know you definitely can't. So like, it just said that it can take hours to process the full, you know, the full 4K. And I'm so tired right now, you guys, that I can't even think of any words right now. That's how exhausted I am. I'm like delirious right now. But this is so important to me because I love doing this, and especially the first storm of the year. That's why I couldn't sleep last night. Then I went out and did that really long video earlier when it was still dark out, and right at the end it was getting light and it was going to be beautiful, but then the video cut out also because the battery went dead. But that shows me how powerful this new GoPro is, because I have it on the highest settings in terms of oh my god, wow, this is what I do all the time too, in terms of like resolution. Highest resolution. So the camera's being pushed, and on top of that, it's got like the double stabilization. I'm really interested to see how this video comes out. Yeah, I am so amped to get some of this darn snow coming in here. So for a lot of you who wonder about what part of town to stay in that gets like the best snow, the most snow, or at least that's what I was asking myself up here, and when I asked my realtors up here, they had no idea, you know. But that just cemented that, you know, I guess, you know, I'm one of the few who really cares about that stuff, you know. I moved up here and I was asking them, hey, where in town, I don't care how small the place is, but where in town can I move that gets the most snow? And you know what, a couple of them actually suggested like out on the way out of town towards like Baldwin and Irwin. And you know, if I would have done that, then I would have been screwed, because those parts of town actually get less snow than where the Big Bear Dam is and this part of Fawnskin. Yeah, and especially Baldwin gets very, very, very little. You'll get 6 inches of snow right here where we're at right now, and then just right across the lake out there in Baldwin, you might have a dusting, an inch maybe. Because what these mountains right in front of us do is they just wring out all the storms right there. The storms hit them, they rise, lift, and just dump, just right there. So the best spots for snow, you guys, are this part of town right here, where the Big Bear Dam is, which is coming up. That's probably that's probably the snowiest part of town, where the Big Bear Dam is. And then Boulder Bay is the next snowiest part of town. And then if you're gonna stay by the ski resorts, I would try to stay as close to the ski resort as you can. And you will get significantly more snow. It's amazing. Like, just from Big Bear Boulevard driving up to Snow Summit, there can be 4 or 5 inch difference. It's just amazing. Just that little tiny bit. But it's because right there at the mountain, as I said, it just traps the clouds on the other side. The clouds have nowhere to go, so they rise, and then and then they just explode right there, and they let everything out. And then we have the desert right behind us, and it's so freaking dry. So once the storms get wrung out straight ahead, then they hit this huge dry area right here, and the storms dissipate. That's why Baldwin hardly gets anything. I mean, I can't tell you how many videos I've done where I've been right here and it's a blizzard, and then I get to Baldwin on the drive and there's nothing happening. I can see it's storming over here, but it's clear skies out there. Just incredible. Just incredible. And in a small 7 or 8 mile difference. And it's the same elevation, but it's because these mountains right here, man. I'll tell you what, if San Gorgonio wasn't there, and if we weren't in the very back of this mountain range, man, we would experience a lot more snow. A lot more snow. But we get the end of a lot of these storms. As I said, they hit right here and they dump right at the front range. And then, yeah, they just dissipate. For instance, if Baldwin gets like a foot of snow, then you know we had an epic storm. Probably 3 feet of snow over here. And some parts of town would probably have 4 feet of snow if Baldwin's sporting 1 foot. But I can say this, you know, with confidence because I have it on video with like numerous times. And what I named it, or I quoted it as the Big Bear Snow Rule. That's mine. I copyrighted. Just kidding. The Big Bear Snow Rule. That's what I call the Big Bear Snow Rule. I coined that phrase. That's what I was trying to say. I coined that. Okay. Yes, I am so tired, you guys. Delirium of disorder. Alright. I know you guys are going to be happy when I make this next comment. I'm going to try and shut up for a minute. Well, I gotta talk now. We're coming up to the Big Bear Dam. And yes, this part of town gets absolutely hairy as all hell when we get big storms. Because this is where the storms like straight ahead, they like creep through and like just squeeze through this this wedge right here. Oops, sorry camera, didn't mean to knock you over like that. But yeah. Crazy. It'll be this beautiful right here, but then when you cross the bridge right there, and as soon as you hit the little Arctic Circle, it can be just so foggy. But then you come right across the bridge into town, and there's nothing. It's just beautiful, clear skies. It's so cool. It really is so cool. Oh, look at this guy, buddy. What are you doing, my friend? Whoa, you guys see that donkey? Oh, I should have train horned him. I forgot I'm in my car that has a train horn. Yeah. Calm before the storm. Unbelievable. And it's 8:58 in the morning, 55 degrees, 5'5". As I said, it's gonna start off as rain tonight. I'm pretty darn sure. And then overnight it'll transition into snow. But obviously as soon as it starts, rain or whatever the heck comes down, dogs, cats, we're out. We're going out. Capture it. Make sure you guys get the real information instead of having to listen to the weather forecasters down the hill. You know, just exaggerating what's really happening up here, because Big Bear Mountain, Snow Summit, Bear Mountain, and all of them are putting a few Benjamins in these guys' pockets, probably saying, "Hey, pump us up a little bit. Here's an annual pass for you and your family. Just say, yeah, it's gonna snow like 30 times more than it really is." Or like, gosh, I remember 2 years ago, but this happens every year, but this was the most significant one. And I don't know how they screwed it up that bad, but apparently they were saying that there was 4 brand new feet of snow in Big Bear. It must have been at the peaks, the very top, because it was just pouring rain and there was no snow in town at all. But they said that it's absolutely dumping up there. Ski conditions are absolutely insane. It's the best, blah, blah, blah. It was raining. It was raining, and I was recording it, and you guys couldn't believe it. Yeah, and I think a few of you were the one who mentioned to me what Dallas rains and some of the other ones were saying about how much snow had fallen up here when it really didn't. You know, it's like, geez. For a lot of you who don't know, not too many people like coming back to Big Bear. Less than 15% of people come back to go skiing or snowboarding. Less than 15%. I know that number sounds ridiculous, because I thought it would be more than 50% would come back, because I love to ski, you know. But I guess I can understand when it comes to, you know, having to take time off of work, and then the hassle getting up here, because most people come up here when it snows, so everybody's coming up here, and it can take 5 hours to drive up here just from the bottom. Kids in the car, having to stop, get food, getting absolutely reamed on hotel rooms up here because they can when it's snowing. They'll completely take advantage. And then you know, have to pay an arm and a leg to go skiing, literally an arm and a leg. And then for rentals and all the expensive clothing to stay warm and waterproof clothing for skiing. Like, you fall, you're miserable. Lots of people are when they fall in the snow the first few times they're skiing, and you know, all that made sense to me. That you know, I guess I could see why less than 15% of people come back. And you want to know where I learned that stat? I don't know if I'm supposed to divulge it, but there wasn't anything I had to sign about it. When I worked at Bear Mountain, that was in our orientation. The general managers were like telling us all the statistics, and so that's why it's really important for people to treat Flatlanders with, you know, what's called the Big Bear Way, which I feel I treat you guys with, which I've treated you guys with that before I knew what the Big Bear Way was, but that's how I looked at it. It's just always treating you guys well, because without you guys, there's no way we can live here. There's no way. So, yeah, the Big Bear Way. But less than 15% of people actually return. It's just mind-boggling. But as I said, when you take into consideration everything I just told you about all the price gouging and the time off of work, that costs a lot of money too, and just all the extra expenses you endure up here, and just the nightmare travel getting here. Like, so many people get here and they're just in such a bad mood because they've just been roughed up driving up here, you know. So yeah, just I don't know, when we get storms, plan accordingly, you guys. Try to not do what other people are probably gonna do, and that's what they're probably gonna do. Yeah, I don't know. The best route up here, but it's the least access, is Highway 18 on the backside down to Lucerne Valley. So I can get from the top down to the Mitsubishi plant at the bottom, out of the San Bernardino National Forest in 10 minutes. Yeah. But then it'll take me a long ass time to drive all the way around the mountain range. So, but if you're on the backside, then that's always the best bet, is back there, or taking Highway 38, the backside of the front there, Highway 38. It's a good route. It's about 7 miles longer, I think, 6 or 7 miles longer. However, yeah. It's a lot straighter in most of the place, a lot straighter, and it's got a 55 speed limit most of the way. You've got a couple decent sized passing lanes. yeah, it's just safer. There aren't any of those dramatic cliffs to fall off of most of the time on that road, on Highway 38. So for the ones who are scared of the mountain roads, of the ones of all three coming up, of Highway 18, 330, and Highway 38, Highway 38 is definitely the one that I would suggest if you have fear of these roads. Take Highway 38, or if you're on the backside, then obviously Highway 18. So, but don't fear anything, and most importantly, don't let other people, especially when we have bad weather, don't let them shake you up. Like if they're tailgating and honking or like flashing their brights and stuff, don't let that intimidate you. You can't allow that. You can't allow that. Don't fight back. I'm not saying fight back. I'm just saying do not let that get to you, because any little mishap with the steering wheel, brake, gas, it can be the end. It can be a big problem. So yeah, just don't try to like get out of their way abruptly to let them by, even though you want to, you know. So just be careful, you guys. I don't ever want to hear of any of you getting hurt up here. I really don't. Boy, I am so tired. Oh my gosh. And I have to open for business in less than an hour, and I have had no sleep. Hopefully. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Hopefully I don't get any calls for a few hours. Let's see how the life is on the battery right now. Oh, wow. 54% left. That is so weird. Then how the heck did it completely die over in Baldwin? Like when I was 20 minutes or 15 minutes away from home. Interesting. Because I recharged that same battery. I have about like 10 GoPro batteries, but I recharged the same one because this is the brand new one for this GoPro Hero 8. And yeah, interesting. Yes. To get my motorcycle back. Do you guys believe it's been gone a month already? I'm so irritated. So what I'm having done to my 2020 Harley Davidson Fat Boy with the 114 engine is I'm getting what's called the Screaming Eagle Stage 4 kit put onto it, and that is going to increase the horsepower by 40%. If I would have had the 107 engine it would have increased the horsepower to 52%. But I have the big engine anyway, and I'm gonna increase that horsepower by 40%. And then I got not just exhaust for sound, I got an exhaust system, an S&S 2-in-1 exhaust system. It's like the best, it's the best system you can basically get. Like, I told them I just want the most badass, the best, you know, the best stuff, not just stuff for sound. I want stuff that's going to be functional as well, in terms of adding to the performance. And so that's why we did the exhaust system, and they had to add tuners and all this stuff to it for that. And then let's see, I got progressive suspension in the front and rear, and crash bars, and a new seat with a backrest, a nice seat with a backrest, because this thing's going to be a really fast Harley Davidson, and I don't want to fly off the back like I already almost have. I'll talk to you guys later. Love you guys. This is on November 19, 2019, Big Bear Lake, California, winter storm watch, and this is the calm before the storm. Peace out, you guys. I've missed you, love you, and I can't wait to do a video when it snows.